All right, let's start this. Hey, everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. And this is me, Oberon, in my best red and raspberry for my outlook on the emotional exchanges. It's my weekly recording for every sign of the zodiac. And I kind of tell you, like, if you're going to have a emotionally vibration going on that week, with somebody, something, or if in fact you may get lucky, defining lucky as romantic, love, sexual, friendship, lucky in good emotions or vibrations, but wink, wink, we know what most people are possibly hoping for. So I'm going to open with a meditation, or actually an oracle from the Universal Love Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno. I love this deck. It's a very nice, soothing deck, and I love Tony's work in other areas that we have. I keep finding out he's on cards that I already have, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know that Tony did that one. So it's very cool. Anyway, how is everybody this Friday? I'm actually recording it a couple days before that, but this reading is for Friday, September 5th through Thursday, the 11th. All right. Space is a little tight here, but I think I can handle this. And we have, Universal Heart. And of course, it does look like something we know. Someone we know. Stare into the face on this card. What is it reflecting back to you? Meditate upon this image. After a while, you will see that the human face disappears to reveal stars and galaxies. A space of infinite creation lies beyond your thoughts. Allow the universal heart to reflect the infinite creation that is within you. I think that was beautiful. I hope you like that. So let's go into this with the spirit of that idea of universal love, universal heart. And I'm going to get started then. So once again, as I mentioned, this reading is for every sign of the zodiac. I used the Modern Love Tarot by Lucy Morningstar. It's a great modern tarot for sure. Definitely has an emphasis on our emotional lives. All right, so let's get started. Aries, and these readings are good for sun, moon, or rising. So Aries, what is the emotional, vibrational qualities around you for this week? It's the moon reversed. Perhaps you are finding out what's going on emotionally in a way you didn't suspect, like maybe there's an emotional vibe going on between you and somebody. It could be nothing at all. It could be something that could develop. It could be about friendship, or it could be about your sense of getting lucky. But it is there, and you're going to find out. So it's sort of like finding out maybe there's a secret admirer. So will you be lucky? And it's Wands. 7 of Wands reversed. So Wands means you have to work at it. And the 7 of Wands reversed may indicate you have to play it a little differently. You may have to show a more passive side of yourself and not so much an aggressive side. You may have to be willing to let somebody else make more apparent what's going on. So I wonder if it is about the secret admirer possibility, and maybe you just have to let them play it the way they want to play it. So that's what I have for Aries. I would now move on to Taurus, sun, moon, or rising. So Taurus, what is the vibe for the week? What is the energy around you or situation? And it's the reversed magician. So there's a sense of trickery around you, maybe not being able to figure out how certain things are done. Maybe somebody is deliberately trying to pull you into a direction you don't understand or you're not really ready for. Another possibility here with the magician reversed is that maybe this is the week where you find you lack your will or creativity or your extra powers of manifestation to do this thing, to play in the game of love or vibrations. So I suppose that's a possibility, like you're just sort of co-opted this week. But will you be lucky? And it's cups, it'll come naturally, but it's the Five of Cups reversed. And the Five of Cups reversed, is that five? No, I'm sorry, it's the Four of Cups. Boy, I always do that with this card. It's the Four of Cups reverse. And so doing it naturally, or that it'll happen naturally, sort of means you have to kind of make a choice that despite the doldrums that you're feeling, the cosmic doldrums, you have to make a choice to be happy or to move towards somebody who can help you be happy. Taurus, that is what I have for you. All right, we'll move on to Gemini, sun, moon, or rising. And once again, but in a different position, the vibe around you this week maybe is that being a little bit more passive or not being so demonstrative. You may feel like you are just not ready for a new emotional challenge, and it's probably because it is challenging. It could be that somebody is challenging your right to having a certain kind of emotional being or kind of emotional identity. And so you may feel reluctant to engage with that, but you're probably going to have to at some point. Will you be lucky? And it will come to you naturally. It's the Three of Cups and it's upright. And perhaps you'll be lucky in the context of some sort of situation that could be a party or celebration with people you normally like hanging around with or people that you care about. It's possible that there's a wedding or some event going on, and a lot of times, I know it sounds trite, Gemini, but people meet a potential partner at somebody else's wedding. I have heard and seen this happen. All right, Gemini, moving on to Cancer, sun, moon, or rising. What's going on, Cancer? What is the vibe of emotional essence, energy, etc. showing up for you? And it's the King of Cups. This is the week where I guess you are putting out super charm factor. It's mostly just about being really friendly and magnanimous. But if you attract somebody who has other ideas and those ideas might be your own too, you never know what that means. The King of Cups could be like literally one of the kindest persons you could meet. They're mentally, they're fatherly or grandfatherly, and they can be kind in other ways too. Will you be lucky, Cancer? And it's Pentacles, so it'll come with a price. It's the Page of Pentacles. And I think this says you have to devote yourself to this idea. You have to look at this as if this was like a student's project, a worker's project, something you need to really focus on and maybe enjoy the journey of it too, Cancer. It's not just about maybe that hopeful getting lucky, but there's a journey there that maybe would be really good to have. All right, we'll move on to Taurus now. Sun, moon, or rising. Hey, Taurus, what is that vibe around you this week? What is that energy or special glow that indicates possible activities for you? Taurus, sun, moon, or rising. And whoops, I spoke too fast. It's the Tower. Well, realistically, Leo, you could be breaking down something like a relationship, or at least breaking down your understanding of it. If it's one that went wrong, I can kind of see this. So there is this possibility that you are involved in that and trying to really honestly understand whatever this was, whatever fell apart, something fell apart. You want to understand what it was so that maybe that won't happen again. Will you be lucky? And it's Wands, so it will come with a price. It's the Nine of Wands reversed. And I get the feeling like, all things being equal, the Nine of Wands reversed is saying maybe it's time that you're not really prepared. That's what it's saying. It's saying, I'm sorry, I thought it was something else. It's saying you're not really prepared for this. You don't really have the ability to make something better right now. You might feel like you just have to do more to do that. Prepare yourself. And I can't help but feel, Leo, that it is because of the Tower of what is also breaking down in your life. So good luck with that. We'll move on to Virgo now. Sun, moon, or rising. Virgo, what's the energy or vibe around you for this week? Perfect. There's a beginning of something really loving and cherishing. It could be a new friendship, could be the birth of a child in your life. It could be the birth of a new love relationship. It could be seeing a current love relationship really bloom big time. Maybe it's talking about how people want to invest in such relationships. Will you be lucky? And it's swords. And swords, no. So despite all lovey-dovey here, luck of any sort is not necessarily in the picture. And the Knight of Swords maybe speaks to the idea of too assertive, too aggressive, too positioning oneself to be successful, perhaps at the cost of what others' feelings could be. So watch out, Virgo. We're on Libra now. Sun, moon, or rising. Libra, what is the vibe? What is the kind of energy about the emotions that's around you this week? Nice. So Libra, sometimes you sort of have that quality of being very, very neutral in a lot of ways. And the Ten of Cups, from that emotional happiness point of view, sort of talks about a love that's universal or unconditional. It's a love maybe that is more shared with people, like a family or a group or a church, or some of us love our co-workers. And so we're sharing our love, we're sharing sadness when it happens, but it's not necessarily about true emotional, sexual, romantic love. It's more about the love of who you are and who you are with. Will you be lucky? It's Wands. You will have to work at it, but it's the King of Wands. And I think this is saying, really, Libra, employ your charm or find your charm. Employ the sense of nobility and bravery and charisma and confidence, because these are your winning attributes this week, Libra. You will be able to charm some people if that's what you really want. All right, then, we'll move on to Scorpio. Sun, moon, or rising. What is the vibe coming to Scorpio? What is this essence or energy around the emotional life you have? It's the stars reversed. So, Scorpio, you may be feeling really pessimistic. You may be feeling dismal. You may be feeling like what you thought was going to be proof of something better awaiting you. It's just not working out. You're losing hope in something, and it may be how you wish your emotional life to be. You may just feel really like things are just about desperate in a way. Will you be lucky? And it's swords, so it means no. It certainly goes along with that. And maybe this is all because it's the Seven of Swords, and you're realizing that there's some savagery afoot about you. There are situations that maybe are trying to take from you, trying to invade your privacy, or trying to just make life a little more difficult. And it could be that maybe this is the fallout of a relationship is the only thing I can think that probably pulls that together. I'm so sorry, Scorpio. And now we'll move on to Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. What is the vibe for Sagittarius this week? And it's the Hangman reverse. And you need to get off of the cell phone. You may be feeling like it's time to rejoin maybe a more normal life. There was sort of a pause going on. You were maybe considering the fact that maybe you just felt really like your life without a true emotional center or thing happening wasn't worth it, and you felt pretty desolate. But things may have changed. Things may be changing. You may be finding that there is life after what looked like, perhaps a breakup or some emotional downturn. Will you be lucky? And it's our friend the Four of Cups again, and Cups means it will come naturally. The Four of Cups specifically says you're not ready, though, really, to make a bigger choice at this point. It's one thing to get lucky, but maybe, Sagittarius, you want something that maybe is more sustainable. And so you may be holding out and waiting for certain emotions or feelings to kind of settle down, let the high spirits of drinking settle down, and maybe something else could be discerned. Okay, from Sagittarius, we're moving to Capricorn. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. What is your vibe, emotionally speaking, for the week? And darn, this is coming up for a number of cards. It's come up once again exactly the same. It's the Seven of Wands reversed. So, Capricorn, you may be feeling now is not the time to necessarily be out there loud and proud. You might be feeling you need to kind of pull back a little bit. This is not about fear necessarily. This is maybe just about positioning and realizing that, it could be a number of reasons. There's strength in numbers. Maybe you don't have that yet. Or maybe there's some information you are seeking. The wands could be saying something is not communicating. Will you be lucky? And it's our first major arcana, or I think it is, for that position. And so that means good luck, but it's the Hierophant reversed. And this may indicate that you have to really break your mold in a way. You have to flip your script and do something more unconventional per your own sense of norms or normalness. If you can do that, you may find a breakthrough in that area then. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. What is the vibe for you this week? What kind of energy exist around the emotional apparatus of your life. And it's the reverse Knight of Wands. So this could be saying that maybe you're trying too hard and fumbling, that maybe you're trying to make a connection with somebody or something, but it's probably not really going to happen. It may be that you don't truly have enough confidence, or something isn't right. You just don't really feel it. So you almost feel like maybe somebody put you up to bet, hey, do you think you could, get a date with that person over there? And you don't want to do that. Not like that. Will you be lucky? And it's a major arcana, the sun reversed. And the sun reversed is pretty much still a sun. It's a good card. So it says good luck. It may be indicating that there's a little bit of shading here, just a little bit, and it may not happen in the total sunburst way of love. It may just be, a slightly shadier day for love. All right, and finally we arrive at Pisces, sun, moon, or rising. What is the Viber energy for Pisces this week? What kind of emotional currents are swirling about? And it's the King of Wands, so somebody is feeling adventurous, somebody is feeling like being noble and brave, and really putting out an effort to be attractive, to be charming towards somebody. So this could be you. If you're already in a relationship, maybe you're just trying to provoke something even higher in a way, a better um, sense of the charmingness or the courageous nature. Will you be lucky? And it's Pentacles, so it means it will come with a price. And the price is the Five of Pentacles. Perhaps what it realizes here is that you could be lucky, but you might have to really come at it from some different angle. There's a sense of withdrawing from where the crowds are. You're not with the in crowd. You're sort of doing this. It almost sounds like the traditional idea of being lucky, like a one-night stand, like you just sort of went to this place and everything happened. I'm not sure that that's what it really means, but it just sort of seems like it's going to be very offbeat, unexpected, and maybe one and done. I mean, maybe we are talking about something that just happens only one time. So good luck with that, Pisces. It's kind of interesting. And that was my emotional exchanges for the week. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to watch Happy Hour. Happy Hour tomorrow, Saturday, is at 10 a.m. And we're back on Sunday in the chat room for Banshee's Material Matters. That's also at 10 a.m. on Sundays. These times are Eastern Standard. Also, we're live with regular questions, regular readings, our live stream on Sunday afternoon from 2 to 4 p.m. We are available with cards and oracles of the day on Threads, Blue Sky, YouTube, the animated cards, Instagram, X, and Facebook. So thanks, everybody, and we will see you next time. Take care.